the 80-20 rule. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking 80% of my revenue comes from 20% of my customers. That is not what I'm talking about. My 80-20 rule is probably the most argued rule by the tech people. The 80-20 rule is that sales is 80% selling and 20% technical. Now, before you say, nope, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, I'm gonna click ahead, this course is not worth my time anymore, he does not understand my business. I guarantee you I do, because I've done it. And what I mean by this is that in the sales process, while you do need to understand the technical product, I'm gonna make some assumptions here. I'm gonna assume that you understand your technical capabilities, whether it's a service that you provide or it's a product, and you're gonna understand the technical aspect of that product or that service. You do not have to be able to answer every single question. Some sales managers may say the people that sell the best are the ones that know the most about the product or the capabilities. It's not true. Now, there are some people, some black sheeps out there that they are extremely technical when it comes to knowledge of the product or the capabilities, and also a great salesperson. Those two things combined is great. It's like a unicorn, right? But that's because those people understand that sales comes first, technical stuff comes second. The first point is that you need to understand your audience. If you're talking to extremely technical people, then you usually would have a team, product engineers, process engineers, whatever it is in your company, the people that understand the technical stuff the most as a leverage point and as somebody to lean on if you don't have the answer. Some people think that the best salespeople always have the answer. No, it's just like anything. The best salespeople can always get the answer the quickest. You don't have to give it to them right then and there. Because what ends up happening is, even if you're in an audience with technical people, and even if you're talking to somebody that's an engineer or the head of engineering, I'm not saying don't talk technical, okay? You need to go there when you need to go there, but sales comes first. You have to first understand and ask those questions that are gonna make you understand what is it that the problem that they're trying to solve. What is it that they're looking for in a supplier or in the system that you're trying to sell them, or in the software or whatever it is. But oftentimes technical salespeople instantly go technical, and then they do this thing called show up and throw up. And I talk about this in my how to pitch course, is that they walk into a room and they just throw up information. And it's just like, here's what we do, here's what our service does, here's the system that I offer, here's our capabilities, we've got this, and that. And they just throw up information, the person's sitting there like, okay. And they maybe nod in their head and like, yeah, okay, sounds good, yep. But if you go in it like that and just go straight technical, then you're gonna miss all the cues and all the questions and opportunities that you have to ask people things. So the 80-20 rule is more about understanding selling first and the technical aspects second. You do need to understand the technical aspect of your product or your service to a certain degree, but too many times I've seen technical people fail in sales. And it's because that's what they have to rely on. That's what they know the most. If that's what your passion is being technical, and you don't really love sales, then go be the head of engineering, or go be the head in product development, or whatever it is that's extremely technical, because that's where your passion is. But 80% of sales is people and selling. And I get argued with it all the time, but if you look at the top sales producers in that company or in the industry, they understand it. They know that it's a process of understanding somebody's needs and matching your capabilities and your services to deliver them a solution. When you walk into a meeting, if you show up and throw up information with them, you're gonna miss all that. You need to walk into a meeting and understand that this is just a person sitting across from you. And maybe if they're not extremely technical person, you don't want to bore them with the technical information. You want them to talk more than you're talking. You want to ask them questions and get them to open up and give you information, because how else are you gonna sell them things? When you're pitching things, a lot of times people just go over the same sort of pitch deck and say, here's all the technical information, but what if they don't care about that? What if all the stuff that half the stuff that you listed doesn't even apply to their situation? You need to look at it from a sales standpoint first. First seek to understand what is their problem. Why are you even there? And you may say, I already know why. They told me that they have a problem with this. Well, ask 7 other questions to really dig deep into it. Ask them, what are their current suppliers doing for them? What is their biggest headache that they have with their current supply chain? What is the biggest issue, the top 3 issues that you have with your current system or software or service that they're trying to replace? Or what are your top 3 issues with your current supply chain? What keeps you up at night, or what keeps you frustrated throughout the day? And then as they give you the answer, ask them for more information, and then talk about how your service or solution can make that easier for them or solve that problem for them. But people that just go straight technical, they miss everything. And then when they get out of the meeting, it's like, how do you think the meeting went? It went great. Well, yeah, because you talked all the time. You missed the cues that it didn't go great because we don't have any answers to our questions. Or, they asked us to do a proposal. Yeah, but we were there to get more information out of them, to get them to tell us what they really want so that way we can develop it customized to them. So you have to know your audience. I understand that it'll be different when you're talking to very technical people at your potential customer or people in purchasing, commodity management, and things like that. I understand it'll be slightly different, but don't just go straight technical. Bring in the technical people if you have to and have them there with you to rely on. Let them talk technical with the other person. Meanwhile, you're watching the person that they're talking to, watching the other people in the room to look at visual cues that people are giving or listening to the answers they're giving and ask follow-up questions. Your job there is to sell, not to just sell the technical side of it, but also to sell them on you guys as a potential solution or you guys as a supplier to them. So you have to focus on the sales aspect more than just the straight technical.